Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. So, welcome back to the wacky world of Ireland, where we get involved in other people's struggles without fixing our own. That's how you can wrap up Ireland in a nutshell there. This is an article I'm reading. It's from the Examiner. It says Ireland preparing to intervene in South Africa's International Court of Justice case against Israel under 1948 Genocide Convention. So Ireland, I'm just going to give you my opinion in this here. It's going to be a short one. Ireland's getting involved with the case to do with Israel. So there's countries coming around. They're holding this thing in this international court in South Africa to give off to Israel about the what's happening in Palestine. Now, straight away, I have to say this to you: is I don't care what side you're on in this here. If you're from Ireland, you should just be pro Ireland. I don't know why anybody takes a side, but you know, for the past say 6, 7 years, I have been very outspoken about what's happening to the Palestinians. Before the man in the box told you to be angry, just there's thousands of people on the street now because the man in the box has told them to be angry. Just like anything else, be angry, fear, 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 fear. But whenever it was all being covered up and it was talking about the occupation and Palestinians getting kicked out of their homes, nobody really seemed to care. There's a few people that cared, but not too many people seemed to care until Hamas attacked Israel, and then Israel seen that as a prime opportunity to ethnically cleanse Gaza so they can build their houses on it. Because actively right now, Israel is actually building. They're called occupation units in Gaza. So, you know, they're seeing this as an opportunity. The same, I've got my theories about that. Why did Hamas? Hamas is a terrorist organization that doesn't care about the Palestinian people. They pretend to. They actively use them as shields. The average age in Palestine is 19 years of age. So anytime Israel sends rockets into this place, you're undoubtedly killing babies and children. So, that's where I stand on things. But I've been talking about this here for quite a while and nobody has been listening to me. Like, nobody has listened to me. Just now, everybody's talking about it. Now, I'm not saying I was the only one. There was thousands of people speaking about it, but now you've got the world watching Israel and Palestine, and people are like, hold on, what was going on over there? Oh, yeah, that. Well, there's been people speaking about this for a very long time. And what Israel's doing to the Palestinians is disgusting. But guess what? Hamas is a terrorist organization that provoked that wanted them to do what they're doing. People are going to go, hold on, is Hamas not the military side to Palestine? No, they are the regime that took over and elected in 2005, promised democracy, and guess what? They abolished democracy. So you've got the Palestinians being controlled by two suppressive forces. Now, let's call a spade here. Israel's the only democracy in the Middle East. So it's not a coincidence that that was attacked. So you have to take yourself out of your little box here. If you're screaming from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, or if you're running about, winding up Palestinian supporters, posting things online, both of you have been had here once again. A psychological operation created by the elites to control your psyche. But Ireland has got involved, and you know this is why I'm speaking about it. Ireland has got involved in it now, and they're going to go to South Africa, to the South African International Court. Now, let's understand South Africa and let's understand the hypocrisy that's happening here. So, you've got South Africa, a place where they have a far left leader. Forget his name, I don't really care about his name, but they're ran by a far left leader that has came out with statements like "kill the Boer," which means kill the white man. And South Africa at the minute is accused of their own type of a genocide. I know people in South Africa. I'm not too savvy on the political landscape, but I know people in South Africa. And what I will say to you is the white people in South Africa were told to give up their weapons a long time ago. Once their weapons were taken, then it was like free game to kill the white people. And that's actively happening in South Africa. And that let's not forget what's happening in Africa just alone. There is Christians, thousands of Christians being killed. There's multiple genocides happening around the world right now, except the man in the box is only telling you to focus on one. But the irony of Ireland going to South Africa to give off about Israel is, the irony is eating me up here, because you're going to a place that's it's open game to kill white people. And the you know The irony in that again is that since the culling of the white farmers in South Africa, South African's economy has just basically went bust. The place is just a shithole now, and nobody knows how to work the land. So, I mean, take that for what you will. So, I wouldn't be going to countries like South Africa to sit on my chair of morals to point the finger at Israel when you're sitting in a country that's also promoting a type of genocide. So once again, Ireland, let's just talk about the Irish political landscape. There's three quarters of the population of Ireland are being called far right. I call them right so far by the political parties in Ireland. The top seven big political parties in Ireland have lost support of three quarters of Ireland, and the other quarter is just basically social justice far left whack jobs that don't have a clue, that are just they never had any friends growing up, and maybe they were bullied, so they think this is a good time now to put all the bullies in prison. You've got hate speech bills that are here to suppress the voices of the Irish people. You've got droves of fighting fit men armed with a radical, dangerous ideology. 70% of the people who come into Ireland don't have legitimate documentation. Crimes up, every type of crime: rape, paedophilia, child snatching. There's trafficking gangs, girls being stole of social services, being tracked from West Africa, and then you've got Ireland flying off to South Africa to give off to Israel. Who does Ireland? Who do we think we are? We need a politician to come in here and say, look, uh, yes, we sympathise with the Palestinians. We will help the Palestinians and whatever. Maybe we'll fly them out some aid. We'll sit down with negotiations with Israel to try to stop this crazy stuff that's going on. But Ireland has to stay neutral because we're going through our own troubles at the minute, and I hope the situation gets better. That's what Ireland needs. We need politicians focused on Ireland. This situation right now, most of the top political parties in Ireland are yet to come out and say that Hamas is a terrorist organization. Now, a lot of people will say, well, hold on, Ronan, your ancestors fought in the IRA. Well, they did. There's a massive difference between the IRA and Hamas. The IRA stops at Ireland. They fought for Irish independence. Hamas is an extreme radical Islamist organization that wants to take over the world. That's the difference. So you need to know that. And they do not care about the Palestinian people. And anybody that knows about the situation from 2005, since Hamas took over, actually for the past 75 years, the Palestinians, they have been suppressed. There's no getting away from that now. Real suppression, not this Western suppression where if you don't call somebody a female when they're a male, that they feel like, there's a genocide going on. I'm talking about real suppression where food shortages, cutting the water supply, poison in the water, rockets, everything. If you know anybody that's patrolled that border, they'll be able to tell you what it's like. So we're talking about real suppression here, not Western suppression, where somebody gets misgendered and makes a social media post and thinks that this is a genocide. So Ireland going to South Africa, hypocrisy. We're living in a clown show. This is the Leo Varadkar clown show, even though he's left now and Simon Harris is coming in. But Simon Harris is out of the frying pan and into the fire, because this guy, I could imagine him probably coming out and condemning Hamas. I could imagine that. Like, he just seems like that type of a guy. Poindexter. He looks like a Brit. I'm not going to lie to you. He reminds me of a Brit, like a Southerner Brit, not the good Northern Brits. I'm talking about the Southern Brits that have never been in a fight in their life. You know what I mean? And probably had caviar in his lunchbox whenever he went to school. So that's the type of geezers that are running Ireland right now. And going to South Africa, you're going to a place that openly promotes genocide, because they're promoting the genocide of the white people. Kill the Boer, kill the white man in South Africa, where they're killing white farmers because they're said that the big bad white man came in and oppressed them. And since then, ironically, the economies went bust. So killing the white farmers has actually destroyed the country, because the other people in that country, with very choice words here, I have to be careful with my words, couldn't run the land. So, do you know what I mean? And let's not forget, it's ran by a far leftist who promotes this type of a genocide. So let's get our morals right here, Ireland. Yes, we can help the Palestinians. Yes, we can sit at the table whenever need be to help the Palestinians and the Israelis come to a two-state solution. But Ireland, catch a grip. The Irish political system, catch a grip of yourself. Who do you think you are?